Hello, my friends. It's Jen Pitta with By the Shore Stamping. I'm here today to share with you a card from our Stamp of the Month class later this week. Actually, on Thursday here on the Cape, I'll be hosting that class. There's a couple more openings if you're interested. We're using the Falling for Leaves stamp set as our focal point this month, and the coordinating dies, the detailed leaves dies, which are these, which are very, very pretty. We're going to use some of these on today's card, so you'll see those in a second, a little bit more up close. I am going to start offering this kit to go again. We used to do that a while ago, and it just kind of stopped. But if you're interested in getting the card kits for this class, and I'll share them on Facebook once I finish all of them. You'll see one of them today, and then there'll be 3 other ones plus a thank you card. So you get 5 cards total. One will be completed, the other ones will be card kits. And if you're interested in getting those card kits, you can just go ahead and place an order in my online store using the host code, and I will ship you those kits. Obviously, you'll need this Falling for Leaves stamp set. You won't necessarily need the dies, but you could order those. If you order them together, you get a bundle price. But you don't necessarily need them for the card kits because I will pre-cut all of the die cuts for you. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with today's card. I'm going to show you how I did this one. So this is the card. We're going to use a little bit of Brusho with this. So I'll show you how I did that. Let's see. So first we're going to start with a piece, and I left my dirty mat here because we're going to mess it up again, and then I'm going to change it to a neat one. So don't mind all my scribblings and whatnot over here. We're going to start with the watercolor paper, and I already pre-cut one of these detail cuts of the leaf, and I'm just going to take a little bit of adhesive, just a tiny bit in the little corners here. So that it will stay put, because we're going to get it a little bit wet here. All right, so I'm just going to kind of put it off to the side like that and make sure it's secured and in place. And then I'm going to take my yellow Brusho. You could, if you don't have the Brusho, you could use just yellow ink, your yellow ink pad. This is crushed curry, which is very close. And you could get your aqua painter, drop some water in here, swirl it around, and just whitewash or wash the yellow on top over your template. Just carefully so it doesn't bleed too much underneath, but it doesn't matter if it does a little bit. But that's another option if you don't have the Brusho. Brusho is just fun to play with. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sprinkle on some of the yellow. And you really don't need all that much of this. And I don't want it to be super dark, so I'm just going to kind of sprinkle on a little bit around where the leaf is, and then I'm going to take my Stampin' Mister with water, it's just got some water in it, and I'm going to spritz that, and you'll see the yellow come to life. There you go. Now obviously, because this is super wet, it's going to take it a little bit to dry, which is why I'm using this piece here. And I'm just going to move this out of the way. You'll see my really super messy desk for a second. It's had a lot of stamping, a lot of love over the years, so it's kind of messy. And I'm going to pop this in place instead. There we go. So now we have a nice, neat, new one. And let me just plop some washi down on here quickly so it doesn't slide around as we're stamping. And then I'll create the rest of the card for you. I did actually already do a sample so that it's already dry. So here you can see, like magic, there is one that I've already done. I'm going to pull this off. You really probably can't use these templates again because, as you can see, they're really weak because they're all wet now. So we'll just throw that out. Whoops. It looks like a little of the adhesive stayed on there, but you can just pull that off. Okay. So you can kind of see the little outline of the leaf. That one didn't come out as good as my first one, but I probably didn't have enough yellow around there. So then I'm going to go ahead and take one of the die cuts here again. This time I'm using Tranquil Tide, and I'm just going to go ahead and tack that down again with some adhesive. You could use a liquid adhesive too. I'm just, for the sake of the video, I'm just doing my regular tape runner, my snail adhesive. I'm just getting these little extras out of there. And we're gonna, actually, I'm not gonna attach the stem right now because I just remembered I need to slip the greeting under there. So let's go ahead and grab a little piece of Whisper White. I'm gonna use Early Espresso. And we're going to stamp that. Whoops. I think I double stamped. It's a little crooked. Let's try it again. And like that. Okay. So there's that. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut a little banner end in here. Like so. I got something on there, but that's okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and attach the yellow underneath here. So I'm just gonna bring in a little bit of that yellow from the Brusho. This is crushed curry, so it's just a little scrap piece. And then I'm gonna stick this underneath that leaf here, so you can't see the seam of that. Attach that down. And actually, before I get too much further, I'm going to go ahead and attach this down to my card base. I'm using Sahara sand, so it's not crumb cake, surprise, surprise, but I do love Sahara sand as well. You'll notice I'm using more adhesive on here just because it's a thick paper and it's a little bit wet, so you want to make sure you have enough adhesive on there to keep it secure, especially around the edges. So I'm going to just do that. Okay, so it's coming together. This one's an all flat card, which I don't normally do. I then also pre-cut this cute little leaf. I love the dies in this stamp set. They are so, so pretty. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of snail to that as well. I'm just putting that on here. And I'll put a little on there. Okay. And I'm going to carefully take it off my finger and place that in the middle there. And tack that down. Then I'm going to take one of the clear faceted gems. I'm going to stick that right here, add a little bit of bling. And then I'm going to take my linen thread. This is such a great staple, especially for fall cards. I'm going to take that and tie a little bow and trim that down. And with a glue dot, I'm going to plop that on top of the card as well. Now obviously this glue dot is bigger. It's a mini glue dot, but it's still bigger than my knot. So I'll just fold that over so it won't show. And then I'm going to plop that down right above that. And then I did do one last little step. If you saw my video a few weeks back when I did the shimmer paint, I have some Vegas Gold shimmer paint here mixed with the 70% rubbing alcohol. So I'm just mixing this up really well because the gold shimmer paint gets kind of settled. So I'm going to go ahead and shake that up. And then I'm just going to spritz that. Get a little bit of glam on there. I don't know if that will show up in the video, but there you go. You can see hopefully a little bit of the glamour with that. And then we're done. That's it. Super simple, but really fun. A little messy. Sometimes it's nice to do a messy card. And that's it. Just a little bit of Brusho and some fall inspiration for you today. Thanks so much for watching. And as I said, if you'd like to get the card kit, so you'll get the kit to make this card as well as 4 additional cards. Well, one will be finished because it's the thank you card that I make for everybody, and you'll get a little pillow gift as well. And then the other 4 cards will be kits that you can make. So just use the hostess code in the description below when you order, and the link for that will be in the description below as well. And then I will automatically send you those cards. So thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next week. Bye!